Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Loans by Luke. If it's your first time joining us, welcome to the channel. It's a pleasure to have you. Excited to continue to see how this channel grows and where this type of thing takes me. So today I wanted to come at you guys and talk about a question that I get asked a lot now that I've joined this side of the industry, and that is, kind of what are the biggest differences between wholesale lending and retail lending, and what are the advantages of going with an independent wholesale mortgage broker. So yeah, let's kind of dive right into that. So like I said, there's really two main differences when it comes to lending when you're looking to buy a home. There's your retail, which is going to be your players like Rocket Mortgage, Chase, Wells Fargo. Typically they're banks that you do see on TV advertising for, doing mortgages and other sorts of bank stuff. And then on the wholesale side of things, those are your smaller companies like us over here at Meta Mortgage, who partner with wholesale lenders such as United Wholesale Mortgage, Plaza, and a couple other, not a couple, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of other smaller companies that do a bunch of niche products for the buyers that don't typically qualify for, conventional regular financing. But basically, both retail and wholesale do the same thing. They both write mortgage products, right? But the way that we do things is different. So that's what I'm gonna jump into. The first biggest difference is definitely the options that you have. When you work with the retail company, you're limited to whatever product mix that they have on their sheet. They can't really do anything outside of that because they're doing everything in-house, doing it all through them. Now, when you get to the wholesale side of things, this is where you see your options just absolutely explode exponentially with the amount of products that we're able to offer, right? So we partner with a bunch of different lenders that offer different things, and we're able to get different clients into different situations where they otherwise wouldn't be able to, qualify or get into, a certain home. Because every mortgage, every borrower, every home buying situation is different. It's not cookie cutter, and that's how these kind of retail banks treat them, But like I said, we customize all of our products to tailor our specific borrower's needs. Let's say if it's something with closing costs is becoming an issue, we're able to kind of, have a lot more flexibility when it comes to that. And that kind of leads me into the next topic I want to talk about. Another major difference is the cost that goes into, retail and wholesale. So with retail, they have a bunch of overhead. They do stuff like banks do. Mortgages are not their main gig, so they have other stuff that they need to worry about, other stuff that they need to cover. And they also have a big advertising budget, right? I mentioned earlier that you see these guys on TV. How do you think they pay for those advertising space? Because ads are not, let me tell you, ads are not cheap. But the way that they're able to pay for that is by baking in costs to your interest rate, making your interest rates more expensive and inflating your closing costs as well. So like I said, on the wholesale side of things, we don't do that. We're able to give you cheaper rates, cheaper closing costs, cheaper options. Our number one lending partner actually did a study where they looked at the differences between retail and wholesale pricing, and they found that on average, consumers that go with a wholesale mortgage broker save, on average, every year, $9,400. So that's the proof's in the pudding right there. We're really able to, like I said, be flexible and tailor the loan, exactly to you. But kind of moving on forward, another main difference is the underwriting process and how that's handled on retail and wholesale. With retail, like I said earlier, they do everything in-house, so they do their underwriting in-house. So they're not able to go off of their own underwriting guidelines, and they may even have additional overlays on top of their guidelines, which just means they have their own set of rules to be, more restrictive with who they're lending their money out to kind of, protect them and make it more difficult for you to get into a home. And with us on the wholesale side, I keep going back to flexibility and options. We've saved countless deals that got denied by a retail bank where we were able to find a different lender that was able to support their financing needs, wants, and goals and get them into their dream home. If we get a file that gets denied at one wholesale lender, we're able to kind of try it out at different lenders to see if we're able to get that approved and still get you into your home. But then kind of moving on forward again into my last biggest difference is the speed. So if you go to mortgagereports.com, you can see that the average deal that retail is taking to close still in today's industry is still 40 to 45 days, which is just absurd. It should never take you more than a month to get into the house of your dreams. Where if you take a look at the average wholesale side, average wholesale is closing in 30 days or less. And then to give a layer even further than that, Meta Mortgage, what we're averaging is less than 20 days. So you can see that the speed, we're taking less than half the amount of time to get you into that dream home, which in turn saves you money, because the longer deals get drawn out, the more money that you're gonna have to come forward at the table. So we definitely just wanna get you into your house as cheaply, as quickly, and as efficiently as possible. And so that's kind of the spiel. Those are some of the biggest differences that I see when it comes to working with retail, when it comes to working with wholesale. Just to reiterate the fact again, the flexibility, the options, the speed, the underwriting process, and just all encompassing. I think that you can agree that wholesale is the way to go with this. If you want more, more detail, I know this is a very surface level generalization of the two, and please don't take this as me bashing retail. Retail does a great job. They're 75% of the market for a reason. I just want to bring as much light and as much education to the everyday consumer who's not in the industry like me, who doesn't know these type of things. So like I was saying, it's very surface level. If you guys have any other questions and want me to dive deeper into any of these processes or how we're able to do this stuff on the wholesale side, definitely let me know. Thanks again for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and follow me on other socials. Reach out with any questions. Thanks, guys.